This is the story of how Silicon Valley's most hyped startup burned through nearly $250 million to build a product that nobody wanted. In 2023, the Humane AI Pin was promised to be the iPhone killer, a device that would free us from screens forever. But just 18 months later, the company had collapsed, the devices were bricked, and the investors had lost almost everything. It stands as one of the most spectacular failures in tech history, proving that even with Apple veterans and unlimited money, you cannot force a massive change that doesn't exist. To understand why everyone believed in this disaster, you have to look at who was selling it. Imran Chaudhry and Bethany Bongiorno weren't just random tech enthusiasts, but Apple royalty. Chaudhry had spent 20 years designing the user interfaces we use every day, including the slide to unlock feature on the original iPhone. Bongiorno was a director of software engineering who helped launch the iPad. When they left Apple in late 2016 to form Humane, the industry paid attention. The narrative was perfect because these were the people who built the smartphone era, and now they were the ones telling us it was time to end it. Investors lined up because they were convinced that this duo possessed the skill required to build the next big thing. For years, Humane operated in complete secrecy, fueling rumors that they were building something extraordinary. They weren't just making a gadget, but building a philosophy. The pitch was seductive, claiming that screens had ruined our lives by making us antisocial zombies addicted to scrolling. Humane promised a screenless future where technology would recede into the background. It sounded noble and necessary. Because nobody had seen the actual device, imagination filled in the blanks. We pictured a Jarvis-like assistant that worked flawlessly. The reality was that building hardware without a screen isn't just a design choice, but an engineering nightmare that requires perfect voice recognition and instant AI responses, using technology that didn't actually exist yet. The secrecy finally broke in April 2023, and they didn't do it with a press release, but on the TED stage. Imran Chaudhry walked out with a mysterious black square clipped to his jacket. He didn't touch a phone, but instead raised his hand as a laser projected a green interface onto his palm. The crowd gasped because it looked like science fiction come to life. Then came Paris Fashion Week, where supermodel Naomi Campbell walked the runway wearing the pin. It was a masterclass in marketing. Time magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2023 before it even shipped. The hype train had left the station at full speed, carrying millions of dollars in pre-orders from people who were convinced they were looking at the future. Behind the glamour, the company was burning cash at a terrifying rate. They raised over $230 million from heavy hitters like Sam Altman, Mark Benioff, and Microsoft. With a valuation hitting $850 million, they hired top talent and rented expensive San Francisco office space. But hardware is notoriously capital-intensive. Every custom component and every delay costs millions. They weren't just building a device, but trying to build their own operating system named Cosmos and their own cloud infrastructure. The founders maintained strict control and reportedly dismissed feedback from employees who warned that the device wasn't ready. They were sprinting toward a cliff, fueled by $250 million of venture capital optimism. If you are enjoying this deep look into tech history, hit subscribe and the notification bell. We track down these stories every week, so you don't have to. Now, let's see what happened when the product finally launched. When the details finally dropped, the confusion began. The AI Pin cost $699. That was steep, but the real issue was the mandatory $24 monthly subscription. Without it, the device was unusable. For that price, you got a small magnetic square that clipped to your shirt, a battery booster, and a laser projector that only worked well in dim light. There were no apps, no email client, and no keyboard. You had to trust that the AI would understand your voice commands perfectly every single time. It was a bold request to pay the price of a smartphone to do 10% of what a smartphone does, but do it slower and with more friction. April 2024 arrived and the embargoes lifted, leading to a bloodbath. Tech reviewers, who usually try to be diplomatic, were brutal. The Verge headlined their review with, "This is not the future." But the final blow came from Marques Brownlee, or MKBHD. He titled his video, "The Worst Product I've Ever Reviewed." For a hardware startup, that is an extinction-level event. He showed it failing to answer basic questions, taking 10 seconds to process simple commands, and overheating after a few minutes of use. The contrast between the slick marketing videos and the clumsy reality was impossible to ignore. In 24 hours, the AI pin went from a status symbol to a punchline. The problems went deeper than just bad software, because the hardware itself was flawed. Users reported that the pin would get uncomfortably hot against their chest, forcing it to shut down to cool off. Imagine a device you wear on your body that overheats just by checking the weather. Then came the safety notice. Humane had to tell customers to stop using the charging case immediately because it posed a fire risk. The battery booster, which was magnetic and needed for all-day use, was a safety hazard. It was a humiliating stumble for a team that prided itself on industrial design excellence. The physical object was the one thing they had to get right, and it was failing. If the hardware was hot, the software was a mess. The AI, powered by models like GPT-4, was prone to confident hallucinations and would tell you facts that were completely wrong. It struggled to do basic things, like set a timer or add a song to a playlist, because of latency issues. Sometimes you would ask a question, stand there awkwardly for 8 seconds waiting for an answer, and get nothing? In a world where Siri and Google Assistant are instant, an 8-second delay feels like an eternity. The laser ink display looked cool on stage, but was nearly invisible in direct sunlight. You had to cup your hand and squint just to see the time. The internal targets were ambitious, as Humane planned to ship 100,000 units in the first year. The reality was a fraction of that. By August 2024, leaks revealed they had shipped only about 10,000 units. But the number that really mattered was the returns. Reports surfaced that for several weeks, more people were returning the device than buying it. The company had only about 7,000 active units in the wild. If you consider the math, they spent over $200 million to get 7,000 people to use their product. That is a customer acquisition cost of nearly $30,000 per user. It was unsustainable. The cash pile was dwindling, and there was no revenue growth to save them. The returns created a new nightmare. Because of a specific limitation with T-Mobile and the eSIM technology they used, Humane couldn't easily refurbish and resell the returned units. Once a pin was activated and returned, it essentially became electronic waste. They were piling up thousands of $700 devices that they couldn't sell, while simultaneously refunding unhappy customers. It was a financial death spiral. The company tried to change direction by looking for buyers. Rumors floated that they wanted $1 billion or $750 million, but nobody was interested. The tech giants looked at the technology and realized there was nothing there worth $1 billion. By early 2025, the outcome was obvious, and the money was gone. In February 2025, the news broke that HP Inc. agreed to acquire Humane's assets. The price was just $116 million. For a company that was valued at $850 million less than 2 years prior, this was a catastrophe. Investors lost pennies on the dollar. HP didn't even want the hardware business, but simply wanted the team, the patents, and the Cosmos operating system for their own AI labs. The Humane brand, the dream of the pin, and the screenless revolution were effectively dead. It was a salvage operation rather than a victory lap. The final insult to the early adopters came quickly. Following the acquisition, it was announced that the Humane AI Pin servers would be shut down. As of early 2025, the devices stopped working entirely. That $700 pin, the $24 monthly fees, and the extra accessories all became useless junk. Customers who had believed in the vision were left with a magnetic paperweight. It was a stark reminder of the risks of buying into early hardware startups. Unlike a bad phone that still works offline, a cloud-dependent AI device is nothing without its servers. When the company dies, the product dies with it. Today, in 2026, Imran Chaudhry and Bethany Bongiorno have moved on to roles within HP, leading a new AI innovation lab. They escaped the wreckage with their careers intact, even if their reputations took a hit. But the legacy of Humane serves as a warning sign for the entire industry. It proved that AI is a feature rather than a standalone device. We didn't need a pin to talk to ChatGPT, but just needed an app on the phone we already owned. The $300 million experiment answered the question nobody was asking, and the answer was a resounding no. The Humane AI Pin will be remembered not as the device that replaced the iPhone, but as the Icarus of the AI boom. It flew too close to the sun on wings made of venture capital and hype before it crashed spectacularly. It teaches us that sleek design cannot fix a fundamental lack of utility. If you want to see more stories about the rise and fall of tech giants, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.